Good morning. It's Friday. This week kind of flew, but that's okay. German Fest is tomorrow, so today I am running errands. Surprise! I have to go pick up the bratwurst, the Braunschweiger, Limburger cheese. What else am I getting? We have the hot dogs already. What else am I getting? Rye bread from Sam's Club. And so that's where I'm heading first. Then I have to stop at our partnered parish at the parish office, which is at our partnered parish now. It's not at our church anymore. I have to stop there and drop some stuff off from last weekend. I gotta ask my husband if he brought the ice cream tubs. I might have to stop at church and grab the ice cream tubs because we have the same ice cream vendor this weekend. So we had 20 ice cream tubs. We had 4 butter pecan and 16 vanilla, and we sold out of all of it. They're 3-pound tubs, and so the tubs are, we reuse them, so or they reuse them, I should say, so we give them back. So I bet my husband did not grab those, so I will do that probably on my way from downtown up. So just thought I'd come on here and take you along for my errands today. It's so hard to believe. I still can't wrap my head around the fact school is back in session. I'm never ready for that because it's right in the middle of our preparation for our big festival. This one is nowhere near as big as the Polish. The Polish is the biggest one in town. This one's not bad, and I like it. I like it because it's not as crowded, but the thing is, we're outside. We're in a wooded picnic area. I'll film it because I'll have time, and it's a lot nicer than being crammed like on the church property. But we will never move our festival off the church grounds, and I know people say that to us all the time. You need to take this somewhere else. No, the whole idea of our festival is our church. It's and we will never move it. If you move it off the church grounds, it's no longer our church festival. All the churches that do have festivals do it right on their own grounds. So of course, German Festival is not affiliated with the church or anything like that. It's the German group that started it 29 years ago. I think this is the 29th, and we've been with them since day one. We've actually been with them as a vendor because they needed people to serve food, and they had asked us to bring our cook bus out and serve food. So back in the day, that's how we started with them. And then about 10 or 12 years ago, I can't remember, it's been a long time, they came to us and said, you know what, we just can't do this anymore. Our people are getting older and dying. Would your organization want to take it over, our nonprofit? So Ray said, yeah. So we've run it now. Gosh, we've run it. It's got to be at least, maybe more like 15 years, because we've done the church one for 13, and we were doing this a couple years before we started to chair that. So it's got to be probably 15 years we've been doing it, running it for them. They also could no longer get a liquor license because they are not a nonprofit 501c3 organization. So we ended up, we get it. And so anyway, so that's how we started, like, being more running it and stuff. And we still do food as well. So it was a fundraiser for our winter guard, but we are not going to put our winter guard out next year, this coming up season. But our mission statement is, I can't tell you exactly what, but it's about youth, music and youth. And we started off just doing a drum corps show, and we provide scholarships to kids at March. So we did that this year. We provided scholarships for kids that were marching in the drum corps community and stuff. So that's our like goal. So we have never gotten away from any of that. We just expanded and got bigger. We had our own drum corps. We had our winter guard. We had a lot going on, and as the years have gone by, kids just don't want to do stuff anymore, and that's really, really happening in our city right now. The one high school put out a plea a couple weeks ago that they could not field, not one of their sports teams had enough kids to field a team, and they put out a plea to the community, encourage your kids to play sports and stuff. So it's funny because my nephew goes to that school that put this out, and he's on the baseball team. Well, my next door neighbor, he's the soccer coach, and he's another coach out there, I forget which, and he recruited my nephew to play soccer. My sister goes, "Thanks to your neighbor, my kid's playing soccer now too." I was like, oh. I said, yeah, I saw that plea they put out. She goes, yeah. She said they just didn't have enough kids. I think some of the teams do have enough now, but they're like really a lot of teams. It's not just that one school. A lot of them are struggling to get kids to play. And it's like that in the music world as well. Kids don't want to be in band. The kids nowadays do not want to practice and put time into stuff, So I'm driving by the fairgrounds right now. This is more like, it's a festival, but it's got more of the fair stuff, like there's funnel cakes and lemonade, there's kettle corn, ice cream. It's more stuff you'd see at a fair, but it's stuff people like, so that's why we do it. And then we do have a, I know I'm like hopping all over the place. We do have a vendor that serves German dinners, and then our group, we do the bratwurst sandwiches, the the brown swagger, and we have Limburger. We also do hot ham and cheese pretzel sandwiches. So our group does that, and we sell pop and water and coffee. We also sell German chocolate cake and cheesecake. So it should be a beautiful weekend. It is only 57 right now. It has been in the 50s a lot this week. I am loving it. My right knee is not so much loving it, but I'm loving the cooler temps. It's easier to take things off, or easier to put things on than to take things off to cool off. You know what I mean? So this is so my weather. This is my weather. I could not, that heat we had all summer was so miserable. And a lot of my friends that love the heat have all been saying, I can't wait for a break in this heat. I'm like, really? Because you love the heat. They're like, yeah, but not like this, and not so many days in a row. And I'm like, I know. I don't mind hot days here and there, but we had like zero break for months. It felt like May was so crappy here. April was crappy too. May, like Memorial Day weekend, was so bad here. It was rainy and cold. I know this girl right next to me, and she's not even looking at me. So
guess where I'm going?
Where?
GFS.
Oh, I'm going to Sam's then there.
Happy festival morning to you.
Oh yeah. See ya. So anyway, June was crappy too. It was like cold, and I remember I'm like, oh my gosh, if this is how summer's gonna be, I'm gonna love it. And then it was like the end of June, because I remember, like, even in church, because we don't have air conditioning in church, and I remember saying to Ray, well, we made it through June and it wasn't bad in church. Like, it was, you didn't die, because usually you're like, everybody's fanning themselves, but it was like, oh my gosh, I said, we made it through June. which was huge because normally in the summer we move our masses to our social center because it's air conditioned, but our new pastor didn't like that. So we couldn't do that this year, which in a way was really good for us because we do all that food preparation all summer long for our festival, and it was always like we had to move these chairs out of the way, we had to slide the altar back, we had to make room to do stuff, and we didn't have that this year, which was really nice. So and it's okay being in the social center, but it's not the church, you know. So it was okay, but man, we paid for it in July, and most of August it was like we were like dying in church. But Sunday mornings weren't too bad. It was the Saturday night masses that were really hot. But the good news is we're supposed to be getting air put in our church. So that's going to be happening, I think, in the end of winter, beginning of spring next year. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. But what else was I going to say to you all? I feel like I had and then there was something else I was going to mention in my last video, and I forgot. And I'm like, oh, I'll just do it in my next one. But now I can't remember what it was. But here we are, Friday. And last Friday I had Roman to the ear doctor because he has an ear infection. And it is still draining. He's like, I still can't hear very well. And he goes, it's draining like I have a runny nose. He goes, that's how it's like draining out my ear. So he's been taking a hanky with him to school and stuff. And, but he's like, yeah, it's really draining. So I said, it doesn't hurt him or anything. I said, well, let's see how you are by Tuesday. If it's still draining, then maybe we'll go, I'll call the doctor, you know, and see what he says. But I guess I feel as long as it's draining, it should be okay. So, I don't know. But, so we'll see. The good thing is he's never in pain with those. It's just a matter of he can't hear. So we'll see how that goes all weekend. I'm like, oh dear God. This poor child and his ears. And he's been so busy. He's worked every day this week after school. Oh, sad news. This is what I was going to tell you. And I don't think I mentioned this in my last video. He did not try out for the play this time. You know, they want to do Saturday and Sunday rehearsals. And they only have 6 weeks to pull this play off. So they already told the kids it'll be Saturday and Sunday rehearsals. So he said, I work Saturdays. He's like, it's my only full day of working during the week. And he said, I don't want to be at play practice on Sundays. He says, that's my only day off. He said, we go to church. And he said, you know, not only do we go to church, he goes, but we open the church, we close the church. He's like, so we're there for like 2 hours. He's like, it's not a run in, go to mass and be done in 45 minutes and go to rehearsal. He's like, we take care of our church. And he said, so, and he said, and then that's my only afternoon off. And he goes, I do homework at that point. And, you know, so he told him he said he'll help with like stage crew and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I feel bad. I get it. I understand. But I said to him, I don't want you to regret that your senior year, you didn't do all the plays, you know, because he's done every play since he's been in school. And they're doing All Shook Up. And the one woman was like, we saw her at the festival, the one lady that does the costumes and stuff. And she's like, oh my gosh, we need guys, we need Roman. I said, well, you'd have to talk to him because I said he can't do those Saturday and Sunday rehearsals. And she's like, well, we might be able to make an exception and stuff. And I'm like, well, he's kind of hell-bent that he ain't doing it. I said, I tried talking to him a little bit, but, you know, I don't want to push him. And it's, you know, it's whatever he wants to do. It's his, you know, it's his life. It's his decisions. And, you know, so he's not doing the first play. I'm not sure if he'll do, this is a musical, and then they do a play, then they do a musical. They're doing Les Mis as the last musical. I can't remember what the play is they're doing in between. But yeah, he just does not want to do it. So I feel bad, but I feel like I just don't want him to have any regrets. And now he's like, he's gone to, he has gone to the homecoming every year. He's always gone to homecoming. And he's like, I don't know what this person is doing in front of me. He's like, I don't think I'm going to go to homecoming. I'm like, all right, you've gone to all of them. What? I don't know. I just don't want him to regret anything, you know. Well, I know why he's thinking he's not. He did ask someone to go. And him and her have been friends since he's been a freshman. She was a year older than him, but she lives just a block away from us. So he's known her, you know. He didn't know her till he went to prep, and like he was a freshman, she was a sophomore, and she was walking her dog, and she's like, Roman, because they were in a lot of classes together. And so anyway, he asked her to go with him, and she's got her eye on this guy. I don't know where this guy's from, if he's from college, because she's in college now. I don't know where this kid is from. And she said she's trying to pursue him, but not much has been happening. They're just friends. And she said, well, let me ask him if it's okay I go with you. And Roman was like, you know, if you have to ask somebody that's just your friend and he's a guy, if you can go to a dance with someone else, I don't think I want to go with you. I was like, he goes like, she would never ask me if it was okay, and we're guy friends or guy girlfriends. And so he was like, so now I think he's like, I don't think I'm going to go. But then last night he did say, that he'll probably just go, you know, because he actually goes because of student council and stuff, and then they are supposed to help clean up and everything. So I think he'll go. I you know, but he did actually ask somebody, so that was a big step for him. And he wasn't like rejected, but I think he feels bad, like, oh, she doesn't even want to go to a dance with me. She's got to ask somebody. And so I think he's kind of like, I'll just go on my own. So I don't know. I'll keep you posted with whatever happens there. But anyway, but school has been good for him. He's been real busy, especially he's got 3 college classes he takes every day, and then his, you know, high school classes. And in high school, he's actually taking Latin 4 now. And last year he took Latin 3, and he gets college credits for that through Pitt, the University of Pittsburgh, Pitt University. So I saw somewhere how many college credits he's got. A ton. Oh, hold on, someone's calling me. Okay, two pickups have been made now. So I'm heading down to Smith's Provision, and they have our bratwurst and our brown swagger. So I'm gonna go pick that up. They're a great company. They're local here. They are also home of the Pittsburgh Penguins hot dogs. If you have a Wegmans by you, they sell at almost all the Wegmans. My friend in North Carolina, their Wegmans has them. Smith's hot dogs or Smith Provision. Smith, they're just called Smith's. Oh my gosh, best hot dogs ever. Sandy, you would even like it. You can get them with skins, without. They have cheddar burst dogs, or cheddar burst. I don't know what they are, something like that. They have bratwurst, they have knockwurst, they have all kinds of stuff. Their hams are delicious. We always get one at holiday time from Roman's work. They always give everybody a Smith's ham, and oh my god, they are to die for. And all of our stuff we're going to sell this weekend is all Smith's, including our hot ham and cheese. The ham is Smith's ham, so they're very, very good to the community too. So heading there, gonna get that, and then a couple more stops. Was I talking about the ice cream buckets? get back up to the Grove by 1 because my mom is meeting me there, and we cut all the Limburger and the brown swagger and get it all ready so the people that we come that work our bus, they make the sandwiches up and stuff. So my job this weekend is I sell beer tickets, but this year we used to have tickets and our poor tickets were so tattered. We've used them probably like 5 or 6 years, and we just keep recycling them through the whole festival, and we have to spread them out and count them out, you know, 4s, 2s, 1s, we do that. And after last year sitting there all weekend, I was like, we need something different. So I got tokens this year. So like for $4 you get I think it's an import, and for $6 domestic. I don't know I don't know what is what. So I'm not a beer drinker. But so I got tokens, and I'm like, oh, it'd be so nice just to hand somebody 1 token, and then it'll be so much nicer. So we have tokens this year, and then we do beer by the glass or the pitcher. And so the pitchers we have, we sell those domestic and import too. So they're each a different price. I don't remember what it is, but so I got all my signs ready for that. And of course, if somebody still has tickets like from last year and whatever, we honor those as always. We do at our church festival too. We honor, old tickets, because they were already bought. So you gotta, you honor them because they already paid for them. So that'll be nice to deal with tokens instead of all those paper tickets. And it's so funny because we'll spread them out on a table and separate them so we can keep selling. And like the wind blows, half of them blow off, and we're like, so that'll just be so nice. So there's that. I feel like we always make improvements every year to something different, But oh god, I think I'm gonna be tired I felt most of this week I was just so tired from last week. People have no idea how much that festival takes out of you running that. And like on Saturday afternoon, I think I may have told you this already, but Ray went up to the choir loft and he laid down up there to take a nap. He was so exhausted. But of course, somebody had to find him, because the one girl always puts a little vase of flowers for our organist up on her organ. So of course she goes up to do that. And she goes, I went up to the choir loft and there's Ray. And she goes, I didn't know if something was wrong. He goes, did you even bother checking me? She's like, no, I could see you breathing. So she's like, I just put the flowers and left. Ray's like, why is it I try to find a quiet spot for like 15 minutes and somebody had to be up there? I'm like, that's how it goes. So he did get a little bit of rest, but then that's when I think I told you one of our workers collapsed. And so everybody started getting on the radio, and I am not good. I'm not good medically. And everybody gets on the radio, and they're like, and then when Roman said who it was, I was like, oh no, it's one of our own. So I'm like, I can't go over there. It's somebody I know. So the one guy gets on, and he's calling for Ray. I said, Ray is on his way, but I said, everybody's been notified. Everybody needs to stay calm. Everybody's, in the meantime, we had 2 EMTs right there. One was working in the food line, my friend Liz, she's an EMT. And this one guy working in the Gwumpke area, which is right next to them, he's a fireman too, and he's an EMT. So we had 2 EMTs working on her right away. I think I told you, Shan, it was just dehydration and stuff. But yeah, but everybody panicked, and I got on the radio. I said, everybody stay calm. We have people coming. You have people there. That's why we asked them to be there and asked them to have their, like Liz will be at our festival tomorrow, and she's got all her medical stuff, her AED, all that. She's got everything. Oh, there's somebody in the driveway. And then same with Sunday, I have a guy his name is Mike, and he's a nurse, but he's also EMT, and he'll be there Sunday with all the equipment too. So, we always have those people on site, which is what we do all the time. So we always make sure we have people on site for stuff like that. But oh my gosh, everybody was like panicking, and I just said, stop panicking. People are coming. Everybody's on their way. And I think I told you, ironically, the fire department had just been there because they came to eat, and Roman went out and stopped them before they left. He's like, hey, can I get a picture of you guys in front of your rig? So Roman kind of held him up, and which ended up being a good thing, because the guy's like, we only got like 2 blocks away, and we just turned around, came right back. So they came right in right away too, and they were assisting her. And then, the ambulance showed up and they took her out. And so it all worked out very well. But we always do try to have that person, those people there in place in case of anything. And, you never think one of your own is going to go down. But my question and my thing is, when do we tell these older parishioners of ours, like, just come and enjoy it? Because this woman's going to be 85, and God love her for working, but, and I know her and her sister, they cut back a lot this year on working, but it's like, when is enough enough? And I just wanted to, and I don't know how, like, the proper way to say, look, you guys have served your time. We so appreciate it. Please just come and enjoy this year. We had plenty of workers. We really didn't need them at all. So, but I don't know how you say that politely because you don't want somebody going down. But let me go in and get my stuff. I'll be back. Okay, pickup number 3, success. I'm starting to get warm. It's only 61 out, but I'm starting to feel very warm. So maybe I'll unroll my windows a little bit. We also get out here, and which we did at our festival last weekend too. I have ordered all kinds of like ficus trees and plants and stuff, because we decorate like our stage, and then we decorate our little cafe. So I'll try to show you all that. So they should be heading out there sometime from our flower shop with stuff, but they did all my flowers last week, except for in the church. The ladies that decorate the church, they get their flowers from somewhere else, but we put our flowers in the church when we were done, and our flowers next to theirs look so much better. And I'm not the only one just saying that. Other people have said that too. And wherever we get our flowers from, which there's different places they get them from, they just last really long and real well. They're very durable. And I've said that for years, because I'm always, when Ray would send me flowers, I'm like, I know they will last for about 2 weeks for me. So that's kind of like really nice. So I have one more stop here. I'm going to run to the bank, and then I'm going to church to go get those ice cream tubs. And then I have to go to the meat market and get the Limburger cheese and I kept thinking there's something else I'm getting. I'm getting the ham slices for the hot ham and cheese. In the past, I've gotten the cheese from them too, but I said to Ray, it's just yellow American cheese. I said, I'm just going to buy it at Walmart, because they just give me the big hunks, that are sliced. So I saved a little bit of money by getting them at Walmart. So my right ear is plugged right now. It keeps coming and going. It's so weird. I wish it would just go and be done, but I think allergies are a thing right now with me. Anytime there's like change in the weather, like, and stuff, allergies spike. And I have the worst time. I've been blowing my nose the past couple days, and my ear's been like plugging up, and it doesn't hurt. It's just annoying. But that's about all that's happening with me. I did not weigh in this week. It's just been a crazy week. I'm always so happy when it's Labor Day, but I do enjoy myself at this festival. My whole family comes. Oh, not my whole family. My sister Valerie and Betsy. Julie will come on Sunday, and then my mom's coming on Sunday, but my brother David, he'll come. And me, Betsy, Valerie, and David, we all sit and sell beer tickets and stuff, and we just have the best time. So my brother texted me this morning, are we all working this weekend? I'm like, yeah. He goes, both days? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, all right, see you there. So it's just a lot of fun, so looking forward to that. And what else? That's about it. And then Sunday, they're such good help. They will help us pack up and tear everything down and put everything away. It's, it just like the church festival, it takes us all week to set up. I mean, all week we're setting up. Come Sunday at 4, we start tearing down, and it's done like in 3 hours. I'm like, why did this take 5 days to set up, tear down in 3 hours? And that always amazes me. And that's like this festival, we started yesterday with setup. It's Friday and Saturday is set up, and then Sunday it just takes a few hours to tear it all down. And I'm always amazed with that. I'm like, wow, this is just crazy, all that work, and then it's like poof, all done. And I know people like at our church festival start to get a little annoyed because we start taking things down like right at 4 o'clock when it ends, and they're like, oh my god, they're like kicking us out. I'm like, no, we're not kicking you out. We only have so much help for so long, and we've got to use that help to get as much, because everything has to go into the social center, because we don't have security overnight, and stuff like that. So it's just a matter of, you got the help, we got to get tearing it down. We don't ever tell somebody like, oh, you got to leave. But we'll tear down all the chairs and tables around them, and because somebody said that, and they're like, no, we're not kicking you out, but as long as these tables and chairs aren't being used and we got the manpower, we got to get them out of here, And I feel like, okay, have you never run anything or run an event when it's over and you only got so much time to, because you're going to lose daylight too. That's the big thing out at where we're at, because there's no lights or anything. So you're going to lose daylight, so you got to get stuff done. But anyway, so we had 2 of the colleges, Gannon and Mercyhurst, help us with our festival last week, and they're both helping again this weekend. They were just absolutely phenomenal. They were so good. So we let the colleges know how grateful we were for them and how wonderful they were, and people posted so many nice comments on our page when I posted a thank you, and I put like both their logos up and stuff, and everyone had so many nice things to say. And this one woman was like, you have to thank everyone in these kids' lives, but it really initially goes back to their parents who raised them the right way, because these kids were phenomenal. They were so polite, so helpful. They do anything. I mean, one of our major jobs we needed help with was garbage. Oh boy, why are all these fire trucks here? What the hell is going on? Was garbage, and we were like, it's not and they're like, oh, that's fine. We're like, well, it's not a great job, but this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fire trucks here. Why do we need that many? Oh, and another one over here. Wow. Wonder what is going on. Exciting. My kid would be in heaven right now. But anyway, they were just, oh, am I on the, yeah. Like, wait a minute, am I on the right street? Forget where I'm going. They were so good, so helpful, and they just did everything we asked. Oh boy. What is going on here? It looks like a homeless person. I don't like anything medical. Keep going, people. So, anyway, they were just so good. So we were so thankful for them, and very thankful that they're coming this weekend too. So so that should be a good help. Now this weekend is not as bad, like garbage wise and stuff like that, but they will help with the garbage. They're also going to work in our area, selling our food and stuff. They're going to help us. Plus, then they help with the parking. So it's a little bit different stuff this weekend. But okay, I'm gonna run into this bank here, and then I'll be back. Okay, that was nice and quick. It pays to know people. I know the manager of this bank, and I didn't know that until a couple years ago when I was coming here. I came in here to do something, and she was like, I was hoping it was you coming. I was like, oh, I didn't know you were here. She worked here. She's like, yeah, I'm the manager here. I don't know where this guy's going. I was like, oh, that's great. Good to know. It actually was COVID year, or the year after COVID. Because remember when you couldn't get coins? It was real hard to get coins, and I needed quarters for this festival. So one of the like main people of this bank here actually is a drum corps person. Her husband was on our staff and stuff. So I called her. I'm like, Katie, I need quarters so bad. And she told me to go to the downtown office. She'd have them there for me. And so I came down, and sure enough, they had them for me. So it pays to know people. So then that's when I found out. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you worked here, Erica. She's like, yeah, I'm the manager here. I'm like, oh. She's like, I saw the Lake Erie Fan Fair. She's like, I figured it was going to be you. I said, oh, it's me, all right. So now I come here all the time for stuff, knowing that I can get it from her pretty easily. So that is all done. So I'm going to head to church now, get those ice cream buckets, probably pee real quick, then go to the rectory, drop off. So when we do for the church festival, we do, you have to pay the beer ahead of time. For some reason, it's like a law here or something. We have very different like laws when it comes to alcohol than a lot of other states. Like up until recently, and it's only like only certain stores sell alcohol. Like we have state stores, or I mean, they're always called state stores. I don't know what else they're called. Wine and spirits? I don't know. But we never sold alcohol in any convenience store, grocery store, nothing like that. We never sold alcohol. It's just how our I think I'm gonna turn here. It's just how our state works. You don't sell it. But now certain stores can sell alcohol, but you have to have a certain license, and then you have to have so much like footage in your stores. So some of our stores here actually, I'm not sure which, don't know which lane I want to be in, actually expanded their stores so that they can sell alcohol. But it's not like a full, it's not like all alcohol. Like it's only certain stuff, and I don't know. It's just weird. It's just how our place is. But why was I telling you that? Oh, so because like state stores were not open on Sundays, you can never get alcohol on a Sunday here. You can now in the stores, but I think state stores are still closed on Sundays. So a state store would be, you can walk in and buy not so much beer, because we have beer distributors and they're also closed on Sunday. But you could buy, so state stores like hard alcohol, wines, that kind of stuff. And then a beer distributor just has that beer, pop. But it's different here in this state. And it was funny because when we traveled with our drum corps, and we'd go to stores and we're like, oh my gosh, look at all this alcohol. You know, in a grocery store. It was so weird for us because we don't have that here. We do now, like Wegmans has alcohol. Most of our grocery stores now have alcohol. They have a whole section, but it's not like other states. It's just a small portion. So we ended up when you have alcohol at event and it's going to be on a Sunday, you have to prepay for the alcohol because it has to be paid for because they don't sell it on Sundays. So we had to, so like our beer, we prepaid, so they gave us a bill, they brought the beer, and then they will take back any unopened cases and stuff. So we gave them their checks. They hold their checks. And then once the festival's over and the beer's returned, then they'll give us a new invoice and they'll give us our original check back. And then we give them the right check, you know. So that's what we do here because you have to have, your beer has to be paid for. So it's just what we do. So we had, so I have both the original checks from the beer distributors, and we had already given them their new checks. So that's all said and done. And but yeah, so it's just a crazy thing we have to do. Some years we don't have to give them anything back because we have nothing left. And then other years, you know, they adjust the bills for us. So yeah, so we always have to prepay for our beer at the festival. And so I want to return those original checks because the right checks are already done. There's so much to keep track of. It's not even funny. There's just so much you gotta, you know, keep track of. And so that's just another piece of our puzzle we gotta do. So I hope I can fit these ice cream buckets in my car. There's like 30 of them. No, there's actually 22 or 23 because we had a couple left over from last year too. So and then I'll check the stage one more time to make sure we have everything, because they use 2 of the buckets to pull tickets on the stage for the theme baskets and the auction. So I gotta make sure those buckets are back. So we'll return those to the ice cream place because they'll be out there today setting up. So I'll give them their buckets from this, and I also have their check. I have it at home. I'll have to go grab it. That's right, I'll go home and let my dog out anyway. So I'm gonna run to the church and do that, run to the other rectory and do that, go to the meat market, pick that stuff up, and then probably stop home. I'm doing good on time. It's only 10:22. I'm not meeting my mom till 1 o'clock. So this won't take long at church, and it shouldn't take long at the meat market or the rectory. So I'm in good shape. So I will be able to go home and grab that check for them. So we pay the ice cream people. I tell the guy from the rectory, just give me the check for the ice cream people because we'll see them this weekend and we'll just give them their buckets and their check. So then that'll be complete. My car smells good though, with all the bratwurst and brown swagger. I don't know if anybody likes brown swagger. I do. I don't mind a little bit of brown swagger, but I don't like big hunks of it or anything like that. Oh, my kid forgot to take those church signs down. Darn it, I asked him to do that. The church looks so weird. It's just amazing to me how it's so transformed for the festival, and then boom, nothing. So okay, I am here. I'm gonna run in and grab that stuff and get on my way to the next stop. So I'll be back. Okay, leaving church. Got all the ice cream tubs. See them? They're 22. I keep wanting to say 30. 22 of them. 2 are from last year, 20 from this year. First time we've ever gone through the ice cream. So that was fun. So now I'm gonna head to the meat market. My car is making a loud noise. I said to my husband, what's that noise? Can you hear that? He's like, it's something. I'm like, okay. We'll just leave it at that. So I'm heading to the meat market to get my ham and my Limburger cheese. And my car is really gonna stink now. if you have not ever had Limburger cheese, it's actually a very good, yeah, how about move over? It's actually a very good tasting creamy cheese. It's just the smell that's bad. Sometimes the aftertaste can be a little much too, but that's why you have onion on it. I will eat a little bit of it, but my mom loves it. She will eat a whole sandwich with mustard, salt and pepper, and onion. She loves Limburger. No one else in my family really does. Just my mom. But, so I'm going to pick that up now, which everything's in the real close vicinity here. So that was church. A few blocks over here is the meat market. And I'm going to pick up some stuff for us for the week because Ray and Roman will have school for 4 days next week. So I don't know what to get, but I'll pick something up. I did get some turkey. I stopped at Walmart the other day. I had to get some stuff like tape and stuff for this festival. So I did pick up like one of those Hillshire Farms turkey things just to have in case I didn't get anywhere. But since I'm coming here, I'll get some cheese and some sort of lunch meat for them. My plan Monday is to go to Wegmans when we're all done like tearing down, and because we'll go, most everything will be done Sunday night, but then Monday we'll go out in the morning and just make sure we didn't miss anything because it gets so dark. And then we will, then I think I'm going to take off and go to Wegmans, and the boys will go around town and get the signs down. So I'll go to Wegmans and get stuff for the week. So when I was at Walmart the other day, I did grab some blackberries for Roman's lunch. So he actually had fruit today. And he's actually been taking, we got a whole pan of Polish goulash. So I separated it out all week so he could have that in his lunch as his soup. Because it's like a stew. It's a real thick goulash. So he's actually had like soup. So it's like sort of soup in his lunch all week. So that's been good. So let me get this stuff and I'll be back. Okay. Meat market took a little longer than I thought. They were a little busy. That's all right. They were still bagging up my ham. So, but I got everything. And then I got some bologna for the week. For the boys, and the cheese. I always put cheese on their sandwiches. Just feel it's a little bit of protein during the day. So got that stuff. So I'm heading out there now because this Limburger is really potent. So but you can see my whole car is all loaded. I have rye bread in here and everything. So I'm heading out there. Just called my mom. I said, hey, I'm early. Do you want to come out and get going? It's 10 after 11. So I made really good time this morning. So I'm hoping to get this done with her, and then we'll set up the cafe. The tables are set, but I put tablecloths on them, and I have little centerpieces and stuff. So we'll get that all set. Once that's all set, then I'm pretty much done out there. So I'll probably go home for a while, and I'll have my salad for lunch. Loud truck. It's only 61, but I'm burning up hot. I think because I'm running so much. But I just went to the church rectory, dropped the checks off I had for them. So that is it. That is all my running I had to do today. So I am hoping to get this all done out here and then go home for a while. I told you Roman's coming. He was going to go to the football game tonight, and I feel bad for him. But he likes doing this stuff. He loves these festivals. So he's like, is it all right if I go to the football game? I'm like, yeah, I don't want him to miss stuff because of this. But then he was like, oh, I forgot, Dad and I spray the parking lot tonight. So he's like, I'm going to skip the football game. I said, are you sure? He goes, yeah. He's like, I'm going to skip it and help Dad with the parking lot. So I'm like, okay. But then after this, we have nothing. So he can go to everything he needs to go to. He missed last week's football game because of the festival. And they were giving out free t-shirts to all the kids that came because they were honoring the 2000 state champion team. So they had these really nice shirts made up. And the one guy at our church, he was the interim president for a few years. And so we were talking, and I said, yeah, Roman was bummed because he's not going to get a shirt because he's got to be here. And he's like, everybody's going to have a shirt but me. And he goes, he's a real big guy, tall, not like heavy or anything. He goes, you tell Roman not to worry, I'll get him a shirt. So Friday, he walks in, he throws a bag at Roman, and he goes, here you go, buddy. So he got him a shirt. I thought that was so nice. But once he was president of the board for years, and then when they were in between trying to search for a new president of the school, he was interim president. So it was kind of nice having him be president. But when Roman's freshman years, when they had the new president, so he was there when Roman was there in 8th grade taking classes. But then they got a new president and stuff. So but he's still very involved in that school. Of course, he's probably one of their major donors. So that's really nice. So, and they're a very good family at our church. They all belong to our church, and his brothers, his sister, his nieces, and so just a very nice family. So that was so nice of him. But so Roman's so the Auburn van is behind me. I'm sure they're heading out to the Grove to deliver the flowers. Or not flowers, plants. So that's it for now. I'm gonna head out there, drop everything, cut the cheese and the brown swagger, get that ready for tomorrow. I ordered onions sliced and onions chopped, so I don't have to do any of that stuff. And we're gonna go from there. So have a good rest of the day, and I'll be back and show you stuff when it's ready. Okay, got the cafe all ready. There's our big picture of something in Austria. I put the plants and flowers down there. Tables are all set. I made these, don't worry about the wrinkles, they'll fall out by morning because it's very damp out here at night. So I learned that years ago. I don't need to iron because the wrinkles will fall. I made these centerpieces in ceramics years ago. Usually we put water and a candle in, but then people fool around with it, so we just don't. We just leave it plain. But there's all different colors on the tables. So this is all set. This is our little cafe. And then this is where we serve the cakes. We have German chocolate cake, cheesecake. There'll be coffee pots here. But I got all this all set up. So, my mom came out here. I actually called her early and said, you might as well come out. So she did. And we got the Limburger all cut and the brown swagger. So that's all ready. We have Mercyhurst University kids here. We had them last weekend. I think I told you at our Polish festival. They were phenomenal. So we have the lacrosse team right now. So they helped us set up our tent and everything. So that's all set. We're in really good shape out here. We had the parole people. We call them parole people. Well, they are on parole, but they have to do like community service. And so we had them this morning, and then we have the Mercyhurst kids this afternoon, and then we'll have them on and off all weekend long too. So that's pretty awesome. So I think all that's left is putting signs up and stuff, and then that's it for this week, today. And so I think I might be going home. It is 2:14, so that's really good timing, but I still have stuff to do at home. Like I have to get all the tickets ready for the weekend. I have the wristbands ready. I have to bring up for tomorrow. I got to remember to bring out the bacon. I have the bacon. 2 weeks ago, I fried up 15 pounds of chopped bacon for the German potato salad. And then I have the cheese for the ham and cheese sandwiches and some butter because we use butter out here. And I think that's about it. So we are just in really good shape. Now, our picture of Vienna or Austria or whatever that is, it's getting really old. So the beer company we deal with, they're called Erie Beer. Everybody's got such simple names. Like, she printed off a new one here. I said to my husband, let's save it for next year because I said, we already have that one up. He's like, well, we'll see. I'm like, he's kind of anal about that stuff. His brother, on the other hand, the easiest way he can get out of everything, that's how he goes. So I don't know. We'll see if he gets time. But it's time for a nap. I have learned that I need to, especially after last weekend, I need to sit and close my eyes for 15 minutes, anywhere between 2 and 4, and I'm good. But that hasn't happened for 2 weeks, and I'm missing my little nap. Usually my doggy and I are okay, it's time to get on the couch for a little bit, and then we put something on TV, but we both fall asleep. But I don't sleep, and I sleep sitting up. If I lay down, it could be worse. But I just need that 10, 15 minutes, and then I feel revived, and I'm good to go. Now, years ago, I could never do that. My husband would be like, let's take a nap, on a weekend. I'm like, oh, God, if I sleep now, I will never sleep tonight. That doesn't happen anymore. Now the naps are good, so maybe I'll go home and do that. But I have to I have to make a couple more signs, and then oh my gosh. And then I think I'm really good. Roman's gonna come out tonight. I told you that. My husband was kind of I feel bad. He's gonna miss the game. I'm like, yeah, but he said I like doing the parking lot with Dad. So I'm like, don't worry about it. He can go to games even after he graduates. No, I mean his boss goes to the games all the time. His whole family does. But so the school my son goes to is Cathedral Prep, and they just announced their Hall of Fame? I don't know, something. I don't know if it's Hall of Fame. It's something. They're inducting people into something. And I should say our boss, because I work at the flower shop too, their family's being inducted. I was like, oh my God, congratulations. So how exciting is that? They are huge, Cathedral Prep. His boss wears orange all the time because the colors are orange and black, and he is forever in orange. I remember last year I said, what can we get Chris for Christmas? And his wife's like, anything prep. I'm like, oh, this is true. So, yeah, so I noticed he always wears orange shirts all the time. And I had to work on something Tuesday. I was making stuff, and he wanted it he showed me how to do it, and he's like, I need it done exactly like that. It's for prep. When it's for prep, it has to be 100% perfect. If it's for other things, you can here's an example. Oasis, that foamy green stuff, you can use pieces to put in because you don't see it. But for this, he's like, don't use any pieces. I want all new, fresh pieces put in. I'm like, okay. And he's the biggest one is use the pieces up. But for this, he wanted whole pieces. Not that anybody's going to see it, but he's very particular. And it's his business and stuff, and that's fine. So I did them all up. And whatever the event was, it was last night. So, but anyway, so that is about it. We're in really, really good shape here. All our cakes are in the cooler with Pop, and they'll cut them tomorrow as they sell and stuff. So they'll just need knives and some spatulas in here. We have gloves, plates. I have all the coffee stuff set up here, napkins, forks. So I do need to get some more small plates, but I'll probably have my sisters stop and grab them. Because that was what I was supposed to get at GFS. I need to write things down. I was like, I thought there was another thing. No, I can't remember anything. Yeah, it was small plates. And I think last year I had them bring some too, so I'll see if anybody's stopping at a store today and can get me some small dinner plates, or small dessert plates. So that is it. My battery is dying on my phone, so it's probably time for me to go home and plug it in anyway. And then I can be done out here for today. This is the quickest I've ever had stuff done. Now in the past, these lights, we used to put colored lights, but they changed their light fixture, so we can't do that anymore. So it's kind of nice. Nice little bonus. We don't have to do that anymore. You couldn't really, I mean, it looked nice, but you couldn't really tell because it's so sunny out and stuff. You couldn't really tell there was like colored lights and stuff. But we used to have an accordion guy that played in here, but he retired and moved to, I think, Michigan. And so we don't have anybody playing this year, but my husband's he's got speakers and stuff. He's gonna play German music in here. So, oh my gracious. Oh my gosh. So this is what happened. I just sat down. I've been working. I thought I'm gonna sit and get on here, and so I will bring you along this weekend, show you how it's going, and hopefully get this video uploaded on Monday for you. So you'll have another video from me. Somebody you all are so nice with your comments too about me not being on very much and that you love my videos. Thank you so much. I know somebody sent me a message during the month of August. They're like, I'm missing you in August. And I'm like, I know, I just got to get on and take the time. But yeah, it was a lot. And I was feeling very stressed about stuff. So anyway, so I'll be back this weekend and show you some more stuff.
Dummy them.
Yes.
They tell you explicitly what they are.
I like them.
Okay, good morning. It's Monday, Labor Day, which means we are done. Festival season for us has come to a close. The boys are out at the grounds right now, just getting the rest of the stuff loaded so we can take our vehicles back to the bus lot. I am running to the grocery store. I did go last week. I think I told you in my video, earlier in this video, but I want to go and get some fruit now for the week. I got apples last week when I was there, so I have apples, but I want to get, Roman loves berries, so I want to get some blackberries and whatever kind of berries they have, so I'm going to go do that. It's actually pretty warm for our standards right now. It's 64. So this is my kind of weather. The weekend was absolutely gorgeous. Perfect beer drinking weather. So we sold a lot of beer. But it was so successful and everything. So that's just a blessing. So I am just going to do that and go home. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I have some laundry I can start. I have all the tablecloths to wash from our cafe because we use real tablecloths. My voice has been real raspy today, but it's from talking all weekend. We sold the beer tickets, so we are constantly, you're constantly talking and stuff. So it's, I got up this morning, I'm like, oh no, I have that kind of voice today. But this is my favorite day of the year because it means everything is done for us. Now, in 2 weeks, we have nothing this coming up weekend. So that's nice. And then next week we will go down to church one night and have everybody meet up, and we will put everything away from the church festival. And which that is actually in such good shape down there. So I'm real happy about that. So that won't take too long. And then we have on the 13th is my nephew's stag and drag. It's a party for the bride and groom, and you raise money to help pay for their wedding. It's something I know in Canada they call it a buck and doe, and somewhere else they call it something different. But we always call it stag and drag. And you just sell tips and pull tabs, instants. There'll be a 50-50, and they have baskets for an auction and stuff like that. So that is on the 13th. So we'll be doing that. And then, what else we got? That's the 13th. And then the following weekend, we have a wedding. But the Friday before the wedding, the 19th, the university is having a big breakfast for my husband, a retirement breakfast. And the girls from the president's office are organizing it. And our whole family's invited. So, his brother and sister-in-law are coming. I'll be there. We're going to take Roman out of school to be there. So they're doing a big breakfast. It'll be so nice. So I'm really glad that they're doing something for him. He is on his 48th year of working there. And, sorry, my phone keeps tilting. So that'll be nice. Then we have our wedding on the 20th. And then I think that's it for September. We do have to go to Buffalo. I think we're going to go on the 22nd to get pierogi cheese and flour, because the 29th we start making pierogi. We make them for our Christmas market. So we'll have 5 Mondays of that. We will do them Monday the 29th and then the 4 Mondays in October. And then that'll be done. And then we just start gearing up. My nose is itching now. We just start gearing up for our markets and that. But so we have that coming up. But other than that, everything has been pretty darn good. So I'm driving by the festival grounds right now, and it's pretty empty. So that's probably it for this week's vlog. I hope once I keep saying I hope once I get into a routine, I'm gonna get myself into a little bit of a routine, and then Ray's gonna be retired, and then we'll have to start a routine all over again. So, but I have a lot of things planned, not like things to do or places to go, but I told him, I want to get up in the morning, and I want to do things like around our house, and not even like, it's not like anything. Like, I want to take my dog for a walk with him. I want him and I to go take my dog for a walk. I'd like to do it in the morning and at night. I try to do it once a day. This past 2 weeks, he did not get very many walks. He got walks to the corner and back and stuff, but not like all the way around the block. It's just, we just had no time. And, but all summer I walked him, around the block and stuff. Around my block once is almost a complete mile. Our blocks are really long, so I will get almost all my exercise minutes just walking him around the block once. So I told him I want to do that. I want to get us into like a nice routine. We are going to go to morning mass. That's at 8 o'clock at our church. It's in our little chapel. Okay, why this person's so far over in my lane? So we used to do morning mass all the time until we had Roman, and then it was way too hard with a baby to go to mass in the morning. So, but we used to go all the time, and so now it's just going to be, it'll be really nice to do that again. And I just want to get into like a nice routine of doing things. And like, my husband doesn't eat breakfast, and I'm like, I want you to eat something for breakfast, even if it's just a piece of fruit or something. You need to have something, because a lot of people, and I feel the same way, like my husband's been the same weight since I have married him, and he eats the same, no breakfast, but he'll have a sandwich, crackers and fruit for lunch, and then we have dinner. And he's always like, I don't know why I can never lose weight. I'm like, because your body is used to your routine, used to how you eat. And I said, I think once you change that, once you retire and, have a little breakfast in the morning. And I said, you don't have to have a lot or anything, just a little breakfast. And, then we'll have lunch. And it's not necessarily going to be a lunch meat sandwich, you know. I said, well, I'll fix something for lunch. It doesn't have to be sandwich, you know. And I said, then we'll have our dinner like normal. But so I just want to get us into a routine. I don't know if I told you the school asked him to come back part-time already, and he actually told them, he's like, I'd have to think about that. And I'm like, that's a hard no. And I don't think he wants to do it either, because he knows if he's going to go back part-time, what they want him to do is fix all the cleaning equipment products, because all of their, not products, but all their machinery breaks down a lot. Their scrubbers, their vacuums and all that. Well, he has fixed them for years. Well, they took him off of that, and the place they buy this stuff from is going to repair them. Well, the place they buy it, so we're in Erie, Pennsylvania. The place they buy it from is in Meadville, Pennsylvania. And it's about 45 minutes away. So they came up and picked up a group of machines that weren't working, took them back, fixed them, and then brought them back. And it was like a couple $1,000s. And the school was like, whoa, wait a minute. Ray was doing all of this for just his, you know, his pay. It wasn't, you know, he wasn't making a couple $1,000s. So that's why they'd like him to come back, to just keep up with repairing the cleaning equipment and stuff like that. But he said, I know darn well if I come back, it's going to be, oh, well, you're here, you know, can you do this real quick? Hey, can you help in this building? And he's like, I'll be doing my regular job and then trying to fix all this stuff. I think he's ready to retire and not work. And I told him that. I said, I really don't want you even doing side jobs or nothing until after the holidays. I want you to have a break. This man needs a break. All our vacation time and stuff like that is always spent on church or our nonprofit and stuff. The last time we took like a week-long vacation, and the first time we had ever taken a week-long vacation since our son was born, was in 2019. It was June of that year. We took a week-long vacation, and we traveled through Pennsylvania and up into New York a little bit. We did all kinds of train stuff. That's the last time we've taken a week-long. We took like 4 days, last year, and then I think 4 days the year before, and went to Virginia. But we've not, you know, we've not, that was it. That's all we've done our whole lives since Roman's been born. Before Roman, we traveled with our drum corps. So we traveled a lot and stuff. But Ray used all his vacation, you know. So, and now, you know, it's all used for that stuff. He doesn't, and like, he's taking a vacation day on the 22nd to go get that cheese and flour. He's always doing that, always using his vacation time. So, yeah, so I'm like, you know what? He needs a break. I want him to have a break. I don't want him doing side jobs. I said, I just want you to enjoy being off and not worrying about working. There's plenty of stuff around our house to do that he can tinker with or do. We want to, you know, tear out our carpet in our living room, and we have hardwood floors underneath, so we're going to refinish those. I'd like to have that done before I fall decorate and stuff. So, you know, that's going to be something we're going to do right away. Then we're going to take 2 days and go up into Ohio to the Amish country up there. You know, so there's stuff, you know, we want to do. And he takes a day and goes with his brother, usually in December. And they go to either Buffalo, Pittsburgh, or Cleveland. And they just, they hit up all kinds of different places they like to go to. So they do that. And it would just be nice to be able to do this stuff and not worry about, I have to take a vacation from work or, you know, personal days or whatever. So, really looking forward to this. And I just want that for him. I want him to have that break. And I know he does too. So anyway, I'm almost to the store. I took my shower this morning. I got home last night. I was so tired. And I just thought, you know what? I'm showering in the morning. Maybe that'll wake me up, because I was so exhausted yesterday morning. We got up extra early. Well, I did. Ray and I did, but Roman, he's always last minute. But we we went to 7:30 Mass in the morning, and then Ray dropped us off, and he went right out, and then Roman went out, and I waited, because I was out of ones. I had no ones. I got $2,000 in ones, and I was out of ones by Saturday night. So my sister had some at the club and that, so she stopped, and I gave her the money, and she gave me ones. So I had ones for yesterday. So, and I went through all of them. So I had hardly any ones by the time the deposit was done last night and taken to the drop box. So I don't know. It's hit or miss every year. My sister's like, you better get 3,000 next year. I said, I was only going to get 1,000 this year because I never go through ones. Now 10s and 5s, I go through tons of those, and I got more of those this year, and so I didn't run out of those. But it was ones. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I don't know. You just never know, you know. And so anyway, oh, of course this place is crowded. I was hoping it was not going to be crowded today. I was trying to get here earlier, but we were talking too much. So I'm just going in for fruit. I don't think I need anything else, because I got stuff last week when I was able to run out and go shopping. I know I have potatoes and onions at home. I have lettuce because I got that last week. So I'm thinking I just need fruit. But anyway, so I'm going to end this video now and try to get it uploaded today for you. And so have a great Labor Day. I so miss the telethon. We grew up with that. We were one of those kids that went door to door with our mason jars and filled it with change, and then we'd go fill the fishbowl on TV, local TV. And oh my God, we loved. And we would try to stay up all night to watch the telethon. You know, we love that, and I kind of miss that. And we were telling my son about it, and he's like, what is this? And I'm like, I know, you guys you have no idea the fun stuff we grew up with. The entertainment they had was so much fun to watch. And then when they had like a big superstar, you were like, oh my gosh, okay, this hour is going to be this person. We got to make sure we're watching. And I do miss the telethon a lot. I love that telethon. So anyway, have a good week. I don't know if I'll be on this week. Tomorrow I work at the flower shop, and did I tell you, rumor has it they want me to work a second day? And I'm like, I don't know. My husband's retiring, and now I'm starting to work somewhere like permanently. The club is okay because it's hit or miss. It's here and there, but now so tomorrow I work at the flower shop, and then I go to the club to do the prep football boosters. And I hate when people bring their dogs and leave them in their cars. I know it's not that hot out, but she's got all the windows are up. I hate that. So we have that, and usually we're not done with that till about 9. So we'll see how I hold up for that tomorrow. That's what I told my son. Today is the day we go out to dinner. It's one of the days of the year we go out to dinner. Usually we go out on Roman's birthday or around his birthday. We go out on our anniversary or around our anniversary. We go out on Labor Day because I am not cooking today. And when else do we go out? We usually don't go out for Ray or my birthday. But it's one of the few nights that we will actually go to a restaurant, sit down and have dinner. So that's tonight. We don't know where we're going yet. So I told my kid to think about it. He can pick where we go. And then tomorrow is a crock pot meal because I'm not going to be home. And Roman's probably not going to be home either because he's going to... Did I tell you he's in the play? I can't remember what I talked about last week, but I know he wasn't going to do it because there's Saturday and Sunday rehearsals. Well, the cast list comes out, and I'm like, the sheriff is Roman Leniewski. I'm like, what? So I thought, well, I'm not going to say anything. Oh, wait. He comes home, he goes, guess what part I got? I said, did you try out? He goes, nope. I said, what happened? He's like, they need guys, and so they said, can you... I hate when these big ass trucks have got to pull in right next to me. Look how huge this truck is. So he goes, nope, they just need guys. And she's like, I have the perfect role for you. So he, are they parking like this for real? They're like 3 feet above me. I'm moving. I hate when people park like this. I couldn't see to get out of here if I had to. If you have that big of a freaking truck, why do you need to park like this? I can't see shit. I'm parking over here. So anyway, so he's in the play. So yeah, so he's got play practice, and then he comes and helps us at the club on football night because he delivers the food, because we get that crowded and that busy. So so he won't be home for dinner either. So I'm just gonna put something in the crock pot for Ray, and then we can eat when we get home. So anyway, have a great Labor Day. I gotta get in there because this place is like filling with people. Why is it so crowded on Labor Day? I don't know. So anyway, it's filling up with people. I want to get in there, get my fruit, and get home. So have a good one, and I'll see you all soon.